Good morning. It's 11:05 a.m. Do you know where your home equity is? Welcome to the Velocity of Money. Here now to answer your questions about real estate, capital, equity, funding, and finance, your host of the Velocity of Money, Michael J. Barnes.
Now, like I mentioned, Dan Amy is back in the studio with us. Dan has done a lot of great things in the mortgage industry. He left us about a year and a half ago. Is that right, Dan?
Yeah, I left the mortgage industry in October of 2007.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, as you know, I came originally from Wisconsin, where I got a degree in business finance, and I came out here in 1989, and I started working with my brother selling real estate-owned, bank-owned properties for Fannie Mae, Countrywide, and the Resolution Trust Corporation, which was the government entity put in charge of disposing of all the real estate owned by the 1,800 S&Ls that had failed. And then I did that until about 1995 when I moved into the mortgage industry, and there for 12 years I worked predominantly with bankruptcy attorneys, helping their clients to get out of bankruptcy and foreclosure. And then after leaving the industry in October of 2007, now I'm working predominantly in the arena of marketing for real estate and mortgage companies, helping out these companies, just like I'm here helping out Michael today, to get people to realize that right now actually is a really good time to buy. And there's a couple points I want to make on something that Michael had said earlier. And the first one was that 4% interest rate. Originally, Obama said a couple weeks ago when he rolled out the mortgage plan that they were going to take the $200 billion and use it to buy mortgage-backed securities. Well, the articles I was reading today said that it appears as though that plan may have changed. And instead of buying the mortgage backs, they actually were buying the stock of Fannie and Freddie to help support the company and keep these companies going, even though I don't quite understand why, seeing that they own them now.
Well, and you got to look and you got to hand it to the government. I mean, they've really done a heck of a great job helping Fannie Mae out. For instance, today the stock is up to 41 cents.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
That it's doing so well. I remember when it was, I think, 150 or something. I don't know where it was at the top of the market. But yeah, today, right now, is definitely the best time. So even if rates don't get down to the 4% point, the beauty of it, and we're going to talk more about this in a later segment, is that we've seen a 51% decline from the peak of the market. So you don't have to have the absolute fabulous greatest interest rate in order to be able to buy a house today. Median home price right now is $130,000 in Maricopa County.
Wow.
It was $264,000 just 2 years ago.
So the median home price is 130.
130.
And we're going to talk a little bit about what a person has to make to actually qualify for that too. We'll talk a little bit more about that because that's a relevant piece of this.
Well, it's definitely well within the means of the median income family right now. Median income family makes about $64,000 in the state of Arizona, according to U.S. Census Bureau and HUD. And so within that, I cranked some numbers today, I think at 6% interest, and at that they can buy, what did I write down here, like a $280,000 house. So you're twice the median home price if you're just making what the median income would be in the state of Arizona.
So median median household income buys double the median household in Maricopa County.
That is correct, at 6% interest.
Yeah, and the reality of it is interest rates aren't even quite that high right now.
Right, and so for people to be waiting for that perfect interest rate of 4%, it doesn't really matter if it gets here or not, because right now is such an incredibly fabulous time to be buying a house. There are so many foreclosures out there on the market right now. There are so many short sales out there on the market right now. And the point you made earlier, it's very important, is that people have to get in and get pre-qualified, know exactly what they can buy. And in many cases now you're going to need a down payment. So get with your mortgage broker, get with Velocity Financial, and start working on that program of getting those funds together for the down payment as well.
So, Mr. Havey, we talked in the past about what's available financing, these things. Interesting to point out here, a little pat on the back for Velocity Financial. Velocity Financial is one of less than 15% of all of the lenders in the state of Arizona that are qualified to do these FHA finance homes. Now, the FHA financing, people used to believe that it was only for first-time home buyers. That's no longer the case. The FHA loan, which only requires 3.5% down payment, it doesn't matter if you've owned a home before, and in many cases you can own another home now. So long as it's going to be your primary residence, you can utilize FHA financing and putting 3.5% down. But the other thing that we've talked about over the last couple of weeks, Danny, you remember we were talking about the $100 down HUD homes.
Right.
And $100 down, you really can buy a house. It has to be a HUD property. There's about 90 of them, I believe, I think 92 today, available in Maricopa County that can be bought for $100 down. So we're going to cut out to a break, but so stay tuned. We'll talk a little bit more about that. You're listening to The Velocity of Money with Michael J. Barnes and Dan Havey. For more information, call 480-835-6248. That's 480-VELOCITY, and we'll be back in just a moment.